to think about that this thing won an Oscar in the 80s. Freaking clay baby looking thing here. I mean, I'll judge, but this thing, he scares me. Hello and welcome back to SKZ Talks Animation. Sure, talk about anime, TV shows, cartoons, movies, or whatever I want to talk about, because animation with my heart and soul, because it's awesome and great. And today, we're diving back into the Pixar well, because what can I say? I love Pixar, it's a great studio, and I love all their films and shorts, but specifically, I want to talk about probably their most inspirational short from the late 80s, because while there are a lot of shorts nowadays that can dub being like, oh, we made, hair physics, water physics, or whatever, I think that this one specifically not only helped craft the trajectory of the studio for the future, but also really helped show like, hey, we can make things look really cool, even Clay Baby over here. So how about we sit back, relax, and enjoy the fun old time in Tin Town? Tin Toy Town? It's fine. In 1988, Oscar-winning short, Tin Toy. So the funny thing about me is that when I was a kid, I was afraid of this short film. Can't tell you why, don't know, maybe because it was the ambiance or the music, I don't know, but the point is, Tin Toy scared me. Not anymore, but when I was a kid, this caused me nightmares. Starting out on that classic 80s wood grain floor. Ah, yes, beautiful. Honestly, this short film, for what it is, it released in the 1988, still looks really good to this day. Like, whether it be like the lighting or the shadows, they really took what they learned from the three previous short films, being Andre, Luxo Jr., and Red's Dream, basically said, we can make this cool, and it made them win an Oscar, which is really rad, and I like it. Even though some of it looks dated by today's standards, it looks great. I don't see a problem with it. It's fun. Oh God, there he is. The freaking Clay Baby, as I dub him. Honestly, all right, look, the baby looks horrifying for today's standards, but back in the day, it was remarkable to see an actual human character on screen. I mean, yeah, we had the clown in Red's Dream, but I mean, like, he was covered in makeup and all that. So the baby, he's a baby. He looks like he's 95 years old, but he is a baby, and he's really cute. And plus, he was based on one of the animators' child back when they were making the film. And that's just really cute. I like seeing an actual inspiration. That was fun. Oh, the ooey gooey ring things. Did anyone else have those ring things as a kid? I had them for like a second, I think. But like, I think it's like a generational thing. I don't know. I'm 25 years old, man. A lot of things I grew up with, kids don't have anymore. We don't have no Game Boy Advances anymore. Is that the kid actually doing the voice as well? I don't know about that actually. I mean, you probably need to look that up. But the baby sounds like a baby, and that's cool. Not gonna lie, I like Tinny as a character. He just wants to be played with, but also is scared of the child. And that is just, yeah, I love him. Whenever I see any Pixar retrospectives, they use this shot right here of him running. And it's like, yeah, that's Pixar. Because this was like when they were first doing toy things. And this is basically the inspiration for Toy Story. And that's just really, really cool. I really like that. Oh, he's going. He's walking. He's running with his clay diaper. Oh my god. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. The plastic shimmering on the Tin Toy looks really, really good. Cause like, of course we have the shadows and the lights from all the other films as well, but this one looks really, really good. Even the lights on the couch. Damn, I love that. Welcome to the Council of Toys. We are under the couch. Look at the elephant. I love these. They're so cute, little robot man. Fatality. Oh, now he feels bad because the baby might seem like a monster, but they want to be a friend. That baby looks pretty terrifying, but we'll give him a chance. We'll give him one chance to prove himself to be a cool guy. Also, like, on the time of this recording, I came back from seeing Hoppers, the new Pixar movie, and just seeing this to Hoppers is like a giant leap. Because Hoppers is a great film. I loved it, and the animation is beautiful, but then just seeing this, it's like, wow. In 30 years, we went from this to that. That's remarkable. Animation is fantastic. I love it, man. Alright, baby, I'll give you a chance, but be good to me. I like that. It's also kind of like a little message of like conquering your fears, even though your fears might make you choke and be all slobbery. It's a thing. And the baby, of course, is more interested in the packaging the goddamn thing came in. Yep, that seems about right. Babies and cats are like the same thing, right? They're like boxes. I love that. Also, it's really funny to think that when they were developing Toy Story, they originally wanted to make it about Tinny and like some ventriloquist doll type thing being like Woody. I don't know why they went away with that, because that would have been funny to just see Tinny have like a personality. I don't know. Doesn't really have one. He's just there. He's like all slippery, sloppery. I don't know what I'm saying anymore, man. I just like the short film. And there you go. That's Tin Toy. And it is, from today's standards, a bit, jarring, but it's still great to see the animation, the time, and the action they put into such a short film. And plus, it won an Oscar, and that honestly shows how powerful it was as a film. And honestly, we got Toy Story, so you know what? That's cool. I love it. And man, go for The Price is Right. Bob Barker, where are you? Where is my baby? Oh, never mind. That sounds weird. Tentoy's great. Watch it. And, yeah. Hi, Pot. So in the previous video, I talked about the history of CG animation, how Pixar as a studio was able to help, make CG as big as it is today with their films and all that, and how other studios came around and made them bigger and better. But as a studio themselves, Pixar has not only made some of the most incredible short films, but great content in general, and just seeing their evolution from little rinky-dink George Lucas help type studio to basically the king of CG animation is insane, and those short films really exemplify their changing with the times, their evolution, how they learn new techniques and new styles in order to help become best as they can be. And me being a nerd about Pixar, I could talk here about this forever. So I thought it'd be fun to talk about the history of the Pixar studio through the shorts to see how far they went and how awesome they are. Because my god, man, me and Pixar shorts, I love them. So of course, as we all know, Pixar started out as the computer graphics division at Lucasfilm, where they would help make CG effects for the films like Return of the Jedi and Willow and stuff like that. And while they knew a lot about computers themselves, none of the guys really knew how to animate. No, it's not until when they brought along John Lasseter, who was recently fired from Disney for being too ambitious with CG animation, where they decided to try and make a film with the computer. And their first film was Andre and Wallaby. And that film, by today's standards, is very interesting because it's only a minute and a half long. Doesn't really show that much, but you could see the start, where you see a nice, mountainy backdrop with the forest. You get to see the sunrise. Even Andre as a character being this little doofy guy, even the Wally-Bee as well. It's primitive, it's simple, but it showed that the computer was able to, make actual environments, make actual character movement and expressions, and it really showed they could do a lot of fun stuff with that. And Andre Wallaby definitely was fun. It was one of the first things they made, and again, for being only, a minute and a half long, it was really cool to see the potential of that, and just seeing that forest, man. It's just cute. It's fun. I don't care if they're reused assets. It's cute, and I think it's really, really fun. But then when Pixar was bought by Steve Jobs in 1986, they really wanted to show what they were capable of doing as a studio and show the potential of CG. And the next 4 shorts they made before Toy Story came out was really a base ground to see what they could do. Whether it be the lighting effects, the shadows, the ball effects for Luxo Jr., the city escapes in the water, and even the first fully human character, sort of, with Red's Dream, and even Tintoy with, the baby and the lighting effects on the ground and the wood grain, and yeah, even Tintoy with its fun little water effects and little gravel and sound effects. They were doing what they could with the CG animation at the time. And bear in mind, this all came out in the 80s, or at least the mid-80s, where computers weren't really that powerful. Yeah, they could do some things, but rendering full-on short films, it took a long, long while. It took maybe a few days to even render 1 frame. So they had potential, and they had the drive to make these films great. And me personally, I love these early shorts, especially, Luxo Jr., which really was a peak thing of its era where, even simple things as a core rippling or the rolling of the ball really took hours of actual math to make sure how far it would roll around. And even when they showed the film at SIGGRAPH in 1988 or 86, it was amazing. People were like, wow, this is insane. We didn't think this would ever happen. And it really showed the power of the medium, even though, a lot of people there were more focused on the story, and honestly, story and characters is what's really important in a film and a short. Just seeing the animation evolve so rapidly over these past few years was really fun, and just seeing Tintoy and Luxo Jr. was wild. But then, of course, Toy Story came out in 1995, where it really changed the game. Toy Story was huge. Full-on CG movie with a bunch of characters, humans, day and night cycles, infinite weather, different locations, music, action. It was insane. And to me, to this day, Toy Story still looks great. Yeah, it has some data effects like the dog, and even some of the humans don't look that great, but Toy Story looks really, really good. It really was a great stomping off point to show, hey, you know what? We can do some great things, and even to this day, I love it. But when the 2000s hit, oh boy, did they go into maximum overdrive, because they went ahead and did so many things that weren't possible with the earlier tech, and things that when we see today, we're like, wow, that's amazing. Whether it be, Jerry's Game with an actual fully fledged character that had, wrinkles and skin and hair and a nice autumn background, which looked really, really good. Or For the Birds, which had multiple characters on screen with feathers and effects and dirt and dust and grime, which looked really, really cool. Or even Boundin', which had a full furry character bouncing around with animals and different weather effects and the dust and the holes. It was amazing to see back on the screen. And those few films in that early 2000s were really remarkable. Even Finding Nemo Monsters Inc., which included hair effects and water effects that looked freaking phenomenal, they were doing a lot of really fun things. And even as we went along with shorts like Presto and Bernie and My Friend the Rat, they were doing different things like adding some 2D in there, some, more day-night cycles, some more things that really helped make things look more realistic. And I think that's where they did it their best. Despite what people might call, how they look nowadays, I think the early to mid 2000s was really peak Pixar in terms of their animation, because like we had the fluent hair movements, fluent water effects, the dust, the grime, the sun, the moon, the rain, the everything on screen at once, which made things look so much cooler. And me, honestly, I really like that. Even shorts like Day and Night, which have primarily 2D animation, the CG you do see in there inside the creatures, I think is really, really fun. And honestly, I really, really, really like that. Those shorts in the 2000s, that run was great, and I love that so much. But then we reach the modern day, which is what I dub is the lowest era of the shorts, because while the shorts themselves still look great, like, Sanjay's super team looks really, really bright and colorful, the animation is great. Bao is so emotional and so great with the, the dough effects and the humans. It looks so emotional and so crazy. And of course, Piper looks so photorealistic. It almost is so beautiful to see with the water effects and the little animals and the bird. It's so cute. I love it. They're great. But nowadays, because the Pixar shorts and the feature films look nearly identical in terms of quality, they don't really have any need to do them. I mean, yeah, we do see the occasional short for, like, Toy Story or Finding Nemo or Monsters, Inc., but it's primarily to help support the IP that they already have. And honestly, I want to see more shorts. Yeah, we get the occasional one, but I want to see more. And especially what's really fun about that is because they have so many new employees at Pixar, it's a great opportunity to go ahead and give them a chance to direct their own short, because in the past few years, they've had rookie directors come in to show off their stories, their characters, their own personal experiences to help deal with the fun animation. And I love that. That's the reason why Bao is so freaking emotional, because that's based on someone's, real, type of journey, and that's really, really fun. And honestly, I hope the shorts come back. They've been dormant for a while, but I hope they come back. And just seeing the evolution from Andre and Walibi to, like, freaking Bao is insane. I love them. And just the effects. From, simple sun and moon to the water, to the rain, to the fur, to the dust, to the hair, to the humans. It's all gone so far and so perfect. And honestly, seeing that animation and that evolution is beautiful. It's great. And honestly, I love it. Pixar means so much to me as a studio, despite what they've done with, like, some hiring and all that. I love Pixar. It's great. It's amazing. And to me, seeing the animation evolution through their lens, through their things, and seeing the amount of praise they've gotten from every studio is amazing. And while you might say CG nowadays is a bit more bloated with so many studios going around, I feel that Pixar has a really special place in their heart. And with Hoppers that just came out like a few weeks ago, that film is great and it looks amazing. And to me, I love it, man. CG animation has a really special place in my heart, really all of animation. And to me personally, Pixar is great. That whole history is awesome. I love it. Plus this DVD, I love this DVD. This DVD is my favorite. I love it. It's so cute. Look at it. I love it. And that was Tin Toy. As you can see, just from a technical level, this film is really remarkable, from like the animation, the character development, and even the lighting. Like the lighting and shadows in this film are amazing just for being made in the late 80s. And I'm honestly not shocked to win an Oscar. This film is really, really great. And I love Pixar because, like, I recently saw Hoppers, the new Pixar film that came out recently. And that film, comparing them both, is insane. And I just love seeing that evolution and all that. And it brings me a smile. I love it. And hopefully maybe this year I can talk about more Pixar, like, For the Birds or Presto or even freaking Luxo Jr., because those films have their own fun things in there I really, really do like, and I could talk about Pixar for hours. Literal hours. I could do it. Don't test me. I will. It's great. But overall, Tin Toy is great. I love it. It's fun, and damn, bro, that baby will still haunt my nightmares forever. That thing. If excuse me, I gotta go find my own toy, because this here, piece out control, is a toy. It can't go on, never mind. Tinny away!